green jerseys today. They are not live, so no quarterback is going to the ground unless something wrong happens. As Gebbia on the first play going up top, and the catch for Javon McQuitty. And the first play of the Scott Frost era, a deep toss to the freshman Javon McQuitty.
Yeah, Kevin, talking to Scott Frost yesterday, he really exuded how excited he was about this receiving corps. So.
But it doesn't take away what people expect to see from Javon McQuitty. This is a young wide receiver who was beset with injuries, had a shoulder injury when he came in last January, then missed last year with a knee injury. Coaches really like what he did. They said yesterday to us that he really turned a corner late in this spring.
Definitely. He's been putting in the work, according to the coaches.
And the first carry for Mikhail Wilbon, and Wilbon brought down at the game.
You can see this tempo starting up really early.
Gebbia over the middle finds Mike Williams, another newcomer, and Williams fighting for yardage. As Scott Frost said to Damon, and he told us yesterday, this is just one step.
Of course, when it comes to a lot of more game planning and specifics, they're going to ramp this thing up a lot more.
On 3rd and 2, Gebbia will keep, and he shows his wheels, and Gebbia working his way down the sideline. They'll say he was touched up at the 41. It'll be a first down. Well, Damon Benning is with us on the sub.
To make teams play 11 on 11, and you're seeing right away with this tempo, it's the signaling that has been the issue, not really what they want to run. It's making sure that everybody's on the same page. So
Gebbia, one of the 3 quarterbacks that are in the mix, along with Adrian Martinez and Andrew Bunch. Noah Vedral, the 4th quarterback, barring an NCAA waiver, not going to be able to play this season. The transfer. Motion out as Gebbia to work. Quick toss to the sideline. Javon McQuitty with the catch, and McQuitty to the 45. One guy's ill and unable to play, so the top 2 receivers for this squad are not going to be playing in this spring game, as Mikhail Wilbon with a nice run up to the 33-yard line.
Himself.
Wilbon again trying to find some running room, stumbles down.
Seeing 2 guys right away that have had tremendous springs so far. Javon McQuitty, fresh off the ACL injury, but we talked yesterday, remember, he looks electric. Now he's going against Tony Butler, who's making the switch back from safety.
Had a good spring, the junior from Loveland, Colorado. Gebbia under some pressure, and the pressure got to him. Deshaun.
Quarterbacks, I know, with this new defense, they're going to have a lot more opportunity.
Gebbia going to the air on 4th down, and the pass batted away. Eric Lee on the coverage. Flag is down, and that's going to go against the offense.
5 men in the backfield. Penalty is declined. First down.
Andrew Bunch, who makes his way out onto the field. And Andrew Bunch, David Benning, is a guy that's gotten a lot of talk, and Scott Frost has had his eyes opened a little bit by what he's seen from Andrew Bunch in camp.
Yeah, no pun intended, but he may very well have been the best of the bunch. By far the most efficient. And this will be interesting.
See Aaron Williams limping off the field there.
Bunch with good protection, and over the middle, complete at the 46-yard line. Good catch made by one of his veteran receivers, Connor Young, who we ran it in high school out of Thompson Station, Tennessee. His dad, David, was a walk-on wide receiver here in the 80s. And a little bit of running room, closes quickly. Divino Zigbo trying to find some room. Starters on the offensive side for Nebraska. No Cole Conrad. He is out this spring with an injury. Tanner Farmer, Gerald Foster.
So a lot of these young quarterbacks, they need a lot of protection to go through their reads quickly. That's going to be really important.
There's David Engelhop. Another one.
Inline tight end in a traditional role, or you can flex out and play the hybrid. The way that he utilizes them makes it really hard to match up if you're
on 3rd down and 2 at the 45. Ozigbo again bouncing off the Muhammad Berry tackle, and Ozigbo powers his way for the first down. And Amir, you and I were talking before, if you can still call it an I-back after all these years in Nebraska, this I-back battle is going to be a very interesting one going into the fall. Another carry for Ozigbo, and he powers his way to the 35.
He's got a different gear, but the competition will reign supreme, because I think the biggest deal will be your versatility. You have to be able to do multiple things in this offense. As we take a look at Bunch with a great read. right? He sees the 3-on-2 out here and goes to the wide. Just, it's one of those deals, Kevin and Amir, where I just got the sense all spring that his command would supersede the talent.
Receiver who made that catch at the 23-yard line on first down. Here's Jalen Bradley with a flag down, and Bradley down.
There's some suddenness to him. I just really want to see him hit the hold a lot quicker. He has quick feet, but sometimes he's a little hesitant, and you know that's not what you want to see in backs when you get into Big Ten play.
Does that come from experience? How do you get that ability to hit that hole quicker?
Just confidence. Film
Defense.
study, understanding what's going on before they happen.
To his right and Honus to his left. It's good to see Coach Osborne. First down and 5 for the White offense. Nice catch on a tough pitch from Jalen Bradley, but good swarm from that red defense. Williams, Young, Berry all in on the tackle. Second down. 10 yards to go for the first. That's Bradley in motion. And Bradley with a carry. And Berry with the tackle at the 20-yard line. Ben Stilley there as well. 41 catches as a unit. And over the last 3 years, they've only had 16 rushing plays, 30 yards or more. To the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Brian Reimers.
Excellent delivery. Excellent delivery by Bunch.
There is a flag down as the balloons go up. It's an illegal shift.
Offense, number 43, moving forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
It's Damon's just a touchdown. The illegal shift brings it back, but an excellent touch regardless from Bunch to Reimers, Damon.
He's for real, and I think everybody that is watching this first drive happen that wondered if it was just a spring feel-good story now understand.
Back it up. Try to retract those balloons. 3rd and 11. Bunch to the air again. Looking to the other side. A jump ball for Kurt Rafdal, but he's out of bounds. From Indiana. And Rafdal, did he get the foot in? Boy, it looks like he did.
He did.
And it's a touchdown.
I really like how Bunch looks off the safety, just to
School for the extra point. And Fromm in a kicking battle misses the extra point.
Can I grab a camera on this side?
Martinez touched up as he gets close to the line of scrimmage. Quayshawn Alexander. Scott Frost looked at and said, that's the guy who can lead this team into the future. As Tyjon Lindsey with some running room. Lindsey down inside midfield at the 47-yard line.
entire coaching staff, offensively and defensively excited. He reminds me a lot of Jamal Turner when I played. Very shifty, quick as a cat, feet, gadget kind of guy.
Quick toss to Jack Stoll. And the tight end Tanner Farmer with the right tackle, Matt Farniak. Martinez. Does he get touched up? Not yet. And Martinez now touched near the 40-yard line. How hard is it, Amir?
Feet in the pocket. How quickly he can step up. How shifty he is.
Defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
That's Breon Dick quizzes to come. These guys all have a big test after today coming up as that catch made by Mike Williams and out of shoulder. Then it went ahead and played basketball with the injured shoulder before he knew just how serious it was. And the little sprint out to Stoll. Got a block, and Stoll turns it upfield to the 21-yard line. Credit Mike Williams for the block on the end. Their wide receiver coach really stresses they keep a chart of blocking points in the wide receiver room. First carry for Greg Bell. And Bell with a stop and start out to the 15-yard line.
There's that suddenness that Damon spoke about earlier. Quick gear.
Stop and start than Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell is incredible. Definitely.
Martinez showing his running ability, and Martinez into the end zone. Was he touched? He's celebrating. He is in for the touchdown.
That might have given the fans a little reminder of another Martinez that played a couple years ago. Taylor Martinez accelerating. He has some wheels, and this is where Scott Frost is looking for in this offense. A guy who can definitely pick the defense apart with his accuracy, but also with his speed as well.
Moves him right down the field, and the extra point. is Andrew Bunch, the first quarterback. Nope, it is not Andrew Bunch. Bunch is out there, but he stands to the right and goes in motion. Vedral, the quarterback. And Noah Vedral with the toss to Jalen Bradley. That play well defended. And the tackle by played in 8 games in Central Florida a year ago out of Bishop Newman High School in Wahoo. Vedral touched up, and that's a sack. The pressure from Alex Davis. And let's check in once more with...
Did you ever think that you'd see a former teammate come back to be a head coach at the university?
White squad going to punt it away. Isaac Armstrong, the punter. Tyjon Lindsey back deep. And Lindsey will let this one roll. It'll end up being a good punt. Yeah. Back to work at quarterback. A little bobble of the snap. Able to make something out of it as he runs into the arms of Eric Lee. Red squad going back to work as we start this second quarter. Jebbia over the middle finds another tight end. That's Austin Allen, the freshman from very happy with numbers like that out of that I-back spot. Javon McQuitty out to the 49. Markel Dismuke makes the stop.
I'm flattered, Kevin.
Give over the left side. Nice cut and good yardage for Wyatt Mazur.
A big advantage for Nebraska heading forward. A lot of misdirection. You see a lot of quick play fake, get the ball in their hands. Sometimes they hand it.
3 Eastern right here on BTN, streaming live on BTN To Go and Fox Sports Go. On 2nd and 4. Jebbia to Lindsey.
There it is again.
And Lindsey to the sideline, close to the first down.
You see a lot of motioning, get the line up quick with that tempo, being that they're doing a lot of motioning, but it's going to be effective if they can get it down.
Zur and Lindsey in the backfield. Lindsey in motion. Jebbia waiting, had Allen open, just couldn't hit Austin Allen.
There's that run pass option again. You see Lindsey going in motion, fake it to him.
Jebbia incomplete off the hands with the wide receivers.
When you see him run, you wouldn't think he's 6'6".
Side defense, number 18, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Out in 5. Jebbia will look to the sidelines now. And on 3rd down, the pitch to Missouri. Good defense, and there's Will Honer,
right? And the coaches, what they wanted to see today was him really turn it loose. See, there was a little bit of that paralysis by analysis, because when he gets to where he's going, it's usually with bad intentions. And you saw him flash.
Defensive line coach says it's as deep as he's been coaching at any position since he's been coaching. They need some help behind that defensive line as Divino Zigbo carrying the football across the 40-yard line.
I don't think he can really run that fast, but when he gets moving, he's really humming.
Zigbo again on the handoff from Bunch, and he's got first as the nose tackle.
Yes, you want a guy like Stoltenberg in the middle. Big guy who's going to not be moved easily.
On 1st down, Bunch to the air, and the catch made by Ozigbo. Good open field tackle. Just as the rush gets there, Bunch gets rid of it, and the pass incomplete brings up.
2 things, the better off you're going to be.
On 3rd down and 8. Bunch in some trouble. Eludes the rush, throws on the run. Nice catch by Ozigbo. And Divine Ozigbo with a 1st down. Work all the way around, quarterback and running back.
Yeah, see, that's what you get with him, right? With that, the art of the improv of him knowing where everybody is. And then he's able to know where his outlets and dump downs are. And then you get a chance to see Amir's guy, Divine Ozigbo, being a little multifaceted catching the football.
Here's Bradley. For a little room, and Bradley down to the 30-yard line. David Benning standing by with the Husker national champion, Tony.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
You had a lot of versatility as a player.
if they didn't make plays at their position, you put them at a different position and they still made plays. So if they can get those types of players here and get the leadership going, I think we've got a good chance to be good.
Guys, one of the best in the business in the Class Act, my man Tony Veland.
Very decisive, but Muhammad Barrett exploded through him right after he got upfield. So good play offensively and defensively there. I'm just really encouraging. He plays with so much poise and confidence. I know these coaches are loving seeing what he's doing right now.
Ball popped out, but they're going to rule him down. Good penetration.
Definitely going to be encouraging for these coaches.
3rd and 8 from the 12. Bunch on the roll. Bunch tried to throw it back across his body, looking for Kurt Rafdal as he got game. Does Dale Klein. Cole Fromm looking for his first in a Husker uniform, this in the spring game. And Fromm able to put that one through and give the white squad the lead 9-7. Close the season in Central Florida of Scott running the option in practice. And you're right, Amir, he looked like he could still go as Mikhail Wilbon.
Some big guys can be asked to, fill some heavy shoes every now and then.
Here's Martinez in some trouble, and good penetration from Finn Anderson. He's still trying to get back. Does he fit in to this mix in the fall?
Well, I think, we heard Coach Frost respect for this, so let me go back and watch this guy. And really impressed. Even said things like when he was healthy, he was one of the ways away from being to contribute, just based on seeing him up close these last 3 or 4 weeks.
All right, Damon, thanks very much. Tyjon Lindsey on the sideline with the catch. Tackle made by Spencer Jordan. And he'd certainly love to duplicate some of the stuff we've seen DeAnthony Thomas do on the football field.
I definitely like the way they've used Tyjon Lindsey today, moving around a lot in space. I see Mikhail Wilbon, the great run there. But Tyjon Lindsey,
2 receivers from a year ago who figured a factor large in this offense in the fall, not out there today as Wilbon tries the sweep to the outside. Didn't have a lot of running room, and Breon Dixon there to close the door very quickly along with Guy Thomas.
The Cavalry's coming next.
Martinez with pressure up the middle from Honus, and Martinez will duck out of bounds at the 42. David.
Getting a really good look at Coach Rude watching from the Wags. Seen that on this series, especially between guys like Honus, Winemaster, and Breon Dixon. And as I say that, they get gashed up the middle, but that's the good eye deception from Martinez, holding Winemaster in play. That's good eye manipulation. But back to second level, can be a little bit more decisive. They think they may be able to pull
to get the first down. Martinez off play action, wants the screen for Bell and couldn't quite get it to him.
Backs and quarterbacks today is definitely a good sign.
Bell motion out. Martinez, good protection, throws it wide open, touchdown, Javon McQuitty. 25 yards from Martinez to McQuitty. And the Red back on top.
Excellent job by Martinez there. Selling the fake, keeping his eyes downfield, delivering. There's McQuitty again, as you spoke upon earlier.
Well, Damon Benning, Adrian Martinez, the true freshman, has looked pretty sharp in the early going here for this Red squad at quarterback.
Stan Morgan, he's not even playing today, so.
J.D. Spielman, the second leading receiver, out as well, as Noah Vedral back in at quarterback, and they're going to throw. Honus got hit as he threw, and it's going to be intercepted by Lamar Jackson. Jackson, who does not have an interception in his career, comes up with a pick in the spring game at the 41-yard line.
Here's the replay here. As you can see, the trick play unsuccessful. But Lamar Jackson is a guy who has all the physical measurables.
The secondary. Tristan Gebbia back out there, quarterback now for the Red. And Gebbia going up top, looking for Mike Williams. And the pass incomplete, but a flag.
The pass interference shouldn't have even been in play there. Should have put just a little bit on it.
Pass interference, defense, number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jerry DiNardo had the chance to sit down a few days ago with the head coach of the Huskers for a nice long conversation. We'll give you a preview of what Coach DiNardo and Coach Frost talked about coming up at halftime. Back since that time to come into Lincoln. A little problem with the handoff. Bell able to secure it, and Bell able to work his way for the first down to the 10-yard line.
Situations where it may not be the cleanest mesh, but you got to make it happen. As you see Gebbia here, I don't know if they're going to give him the touchdown. They're going to mark him down at the 3-yard line. But it's just repetition. Very, very shifty for his size.
Here's Bell again. This time ran into trouble in the backfield. There's Jacob Weinmaster. About his performance this spring, and now Dixon's been kind of anxious.
Defense, number 34, half the distance to the goal. They're down.
Jebbia trying to punch this one in. To the air, touchdown. Mike Williams with the score.
So far, we've seen all these quarterbacks that should make great drives.
It has been performance across the board for all these quarterbacks. Good throw from Jebbia here, Amir.
That's what he does well. He's a much better intermediate passer than he is with the deep ball. But in this style of offense,
What it means to run all day and to be able to play 90 to 100 snaps, it's going to be quite the learning process.
Well, and David, I know you're on the sideline, so you don't.
Little revved on high, so I talked quickly as I didn't want to catch any parts of the heels of those boosts. Wasn't it? Because I think coming out of high school, we had the discussions in the media and even with the former staff. You know, how did you decide between 2-point and 3-point? And Coach Frost and Coach Chinander said, listen, as he did what we wanted him to do in terms of the weight room, we knew that he was going to be a guy that was, and they're pretty excited about him as well.
Alex Davis with the interception here as Vedral off the back foot trying to get it out to Austin Rose, and Alex Davis with the pick. So the defense comes up with an interception, and that's an area.
Coach Frost yesterday, he said the number one thing he looks at when he's evaluating the quarterback is taking care of the football. And Vedral right there is definitely not going to make him happy saying that.
Tyjon Lindsey trying to reverse his field, and Lindsey getting positive yardage.
I tell you, man, that guy, he's really light on his feet. Quick. I learned a lot from him. You know, in practice, he would do things that just took your breath away. So
here's Martinez, wide open into the end zone for the touchdown.
it's an excellent play call. Excellent play call. Spread
With a shoulder injury. Good decision making, and the speed of Martinez has been evident.
Yeah.
Extra point, Barrett Pickering. On a defense, what are you trying to recruit? He said, I covet long and lean players, then let God and Zach Duvall take over. Pass incomplete, looking for Brandon Robin.
Emphasis for Scott Frost and his coaching staff, making them believe in themselves, playing with an attitude.
Austin Rose, senior from Lincoln, Nebraska, North Star High School product, stopped at the 24-yard line. They revamped the Devaney Sports Center, and it became volleyball's home. Much bigger crowds.
Of this group currently for the young guys, but also the incoming freshmen, and not a lot to choose from. So they'll have to get it ramped up in a hurry. That's why the development of the front seven to protect the thin back end will be very, very important this summer.
33-yard line on first down. Lindsey in motion. And the swing to Lindsey. A little bit high. Lindsey trying to find some room, but he can't get away from Spencer Jordan. For the white squad. Jebbia. Pressure coming, and a sack from Deshaun Neal. That's his second.
That's what they need.
Is the end of the first half, and it ends on a sack. And Nebraska last year, Amir, only averaged.
Excited, you know, it's going to be a big deal being able to go out there, you know, hopefully build off of, you know, what
About when he talks about culture and leadership. Not an old guy, JD, this year too, Stan. You are an older guy. Talk to me about.
we need that. You know, we need everybody in the right place at the right time.
JD, I'll close with this. The fans know you've got to be patient. It's year one of a new offensive installation.
Rolling, I feel like we can be something extremely special.
Bella's best wishes to you. Heal up. Two of the best you'll see in the Big Ten Conference, J.D. Spielman and Stanley Morgan.
Red zone, green zone.
After the sack, Vedral to work again to the sideline, and Honus with a drop at the 20-yard line. Vedral, good protection. Down the sideline looking for Reimers, and Reimers can't pull it in. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Are making plays on the ball. You know, this is the ball right here where you got to get your head, got to get turned around a little bit quicker to make a better play on this ball.
Williams kick off the upright and no good. That is a really tough slate. I don't care who you are. Wilbon trying to get to the edge. A little nudge from Breon Dixon to the sideline at the 30. Play safety, could play linebacker, run him at linebacker most of the day today. Martinez to the air, a little tall for Austin Allen, and you've got to be tall. 6th in the conference a year ago in punting, averaging just over 42 yards per punt.
Not sure if the Nebraska special teams have a returner back there.
They do not. So Lightbourne's going to get a nice average on this punt as it goes out of bounds.
Excited to see what they're going to bring come season time, because they're motioning running backs into the backfield, going empty sets.
Batted down. Good pressure coming from Matt Jarzinka. Bunch batted down again at the line. Ben Stilley got his hand up on that one.
At the upper deck, but that is definitely impressive to see today.
On 3rd down and 10. Bunch guns it over the middle, juggled it incomplete. He had Christian Banker in the middle of that 4 linebacker group back there. That'll rotate through as the fair catch is called for and made by Mike.
Clear-cut decision on it, but these quarterbacks aren't making it easy.
Motion from Greg Bell, low snap. Jebbia going to work, and Butler trying to touch him up on the outside. Got
groups here for this club, so that's not necessarily a point of issue for this team.
Jebbia under pressure, and he's sacked. Finn Anderson got in there at left tackle as far as the size and skill for guys that they're looking for in an offensive line.
Yeah, right there. That's a big body type staff, right? And they really said, and he was very matter of fact, he said those two would to embrace it, right? Hymas is one of the rare guys that says, hey, even though he started as a right tackle as a pup, he says, I'm more comfortable on the left side, and that's a big time position as folks.
Which is an outstanding nickname. And the Eel gets another carry here. And he runs into the arms of freshman on 2nd down. Wyatt Mazur with the carry, and Mazur down to the 40. Redshirt freshman Cole Fromm, who walked on from Omaha Burke, is Wyatt Mazur into the clear, and Mazur is going to take it for the touchdown. 43 yards for Wyatt Mazur.
Excellent.
Untouched. Wyatt Mazur into the end zone for 6 squads again. And the extra point is good for Pickering. Super Stater. And showing that those skills translate from the quarterback position in high school to the running back spot in the spring game. Hail Mary waiver that he has thrown, but probably the Bishop Newman product from Wahoo, Nebraska is going to have to watch this season from the sidelines and help out his teammates. There's a little running room there for Austin Rose. Gets the first down to the 48-yard line. A little bit of action in a reserve role last year. Had a kickoff return, a short kickoff return, 13 yards a year ago. And a tough catch. Really has to play a big role this year. We talked about the scholarship numbers in the secondary. Reed, one of those starters who comes in, and there's a sack.
Well, the safety is definitely his natural position.
18 from the 40 for Vedral. Pressure again. Vedral looked like he was sacked. They didn't whistle him down. And Damian Jackson wanted to try football and has been working a little bit, not only as a lineman this year, but as a long snapper, trying to figure out ways to get on the field.
Definitely.
But he's going to be playing a big role in this locker room and on this team.
Definitely.
Martinez on the keep, and that's as close as we've seen to a quarterback. Run for a little bit of yardage from Mikhail Wilson. On Scott Frost coming back, you've missed an opportunity. There are plenty of them around the state of Nebraska. A native son coming home to try to bring this program back to national prominence after a few really rugged years. Martinez on the move, and Adrian Martinez showing the wheels again.
More dynamic, so I know Scott Frost is going to enjoy his time with this guy.
Final play of this 3rd quarter as Austin Allen with the catch, and Allen making some guys miss, and Another tight end weapon for the Huskers down to the white 45. We go back to work here for the red squad. Adrian Martinez, the quarterback, and Martinez on the keep, and Martinez touched up at the 41 by Jacob Weinmaster. Husker fans, plenty of fodder over the next several weeks, I'm sure. Bell down to the 35, should have the first down.
Going to be the talk of the town and carry on into the season.
Martinez with pressure again up the middle from Weinmaster, and Weinmaster with the sack. As we go downstairs.
For those of us kind of watching at home, what did you expect to see that's kind of come to fruition, whether it's to the positive or negative, like maybe formations or procedure or even tempo?
You know, I think the tempo's been decent. We still got to push.
And playing with toughness and confidence, how do you feel there?
Like we're part of the way there. I'm starting to see it. I just want to see more grit. I want to see guys grinding, physical, playing tough.
What'd you see here, Amir?
Oh, man, the minute he pulled that ball, I knew that defender was in trouble. He had him in space, gave him a little hesitation. Then it accelerates here. I like the guttiness, too, to dive for that thing, man. He's showing a lot today.
I feel like we should mention that the longest run by an Ozigbo reversing his field, and Ozigbo gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, come our May workouts this summer, I'll be 100% and ready to go and ready to kind of get going there. Snap, specifically for the D-line, we're working on, you know, making sure we're continuing to knock guys back, kind of get penetration.
Then there's Coach Frost's level of fitness and where you need to be. What's the difference so far?
You know, it just comes with the way we practice.
One of the things I noticed right away, because I see you quite a bit bigger than you were a year ago at this. In fact, I think you like what this defense is capable of.
Yeah, you know, I see glimpses of it every day in practice. You know, I'm excited to play in it. And then
Luke Gifford can do.
Yeah, and Luke really brings a leadership quality that this defense is going to need. There's going to be a lot of young players filling in on this defense. So to have someone like Luke back.
Gets another carry here. Trying to get to the edge, and not much room out there, but he fights his way through a tackle from Breon Dick. Chevia, and the catch made by Justin McGriff to the 43.
Jeremy, you know, get that ball out quick.
Catch on the edge. A little bit of running room, and even more running room. Going down the sidelines and not stopping. It's a touchdown. Cade Warner into the end zone for 6.
Tackling, like we said before, has been a big issue for this defense in years prior. And it's definitely not going to make the coaches happy right there.
Cade Warner, redshirted a year ago, was a preferred walk-on for the Huskers in fall of 2017. He broke the state of Arizona record, had 241 catches. Awfully good bloodlines. His dad, Kurt, you know, Hall of Famer.
I've heard of him once or twice.
But Cade Warner able to get on to the back out of quarterback for the white team. Originally, the clock was going to go back to not much room for Ben Miles.
Defensive line they have right now.
Second down, Miles again with the carry, runs right into the arms of Deshaun Neal once more, who was in the midst of being Martinez. Fake, little dodge, and the tackle made by Damian Daniels.
That's for him.
Swing pass to Cottrell. And Cottrell taking on the tacklers and Avery Anderson. He rolled over Avery Anderson, being tended to as Martinez to the outside looking for a block, and he got that block from Justin McGriff. Troy Walters keeping a chart of those blocking points in the wide receiver room. That'll be a point there for Justin McGriff.
And he gets rewarded here.
That's right, he gets rewarded with a pass catch. He lost his helmet in the process down to the 11-yard line. Deshaun Neal again coming up to provide the hit at the end of that. Almost had a handle on that football as well. And he did recover it with 3:32 to go in the fourth. Austin Hemphill.
From here.
Janovich now with the Denver Broncos. Remember last last year. The comment was from the coach. You leave here today. What's your impression going to be of Nebraska football heading into the 2018 season?
You know, looking at the 4-8 season they had last year, and I'm sure they will.
4th down and 4. Noah Vedral and the offense staying out there for the white team. Vedral in some trouble, heads for the sideline and incomplete. There's Miles. Miles works his way down to the 12-yard line.
Yeah. Scott Frost, speaking to him yesterday, he has a very creative mind. So I'm sure guys who bring the physicality like what Ben does, he's going to have a place on this team. Whether it's at
7. Barrett Pickering on, trying a 27-yard field goal. Pickering's kick is no good. Missed that one wide to the right. From Happy Valley as Penn State gets on the field. Talk about a team that will go into a season with some expectations. Saquon Barkley not there, but a lot of talent back for Penn State. And that is the end of the first spring game in the new regime at Nebraska under head coach Scott Frost. Adrian Martinez, one of the stars of this 2018 spring game. Plenty of talk will center around that young man, Amir, over the next few weeks and months.
All smiles from Adrian Martinez, and I'm pretty sure it's all smiles from Scott Frost as it was his first successful spring game. And looking forward to this team growing with each and every month and until season time.
Well, fun afternoon in Lincoln, Nebraska. Scott Frost, all smiles right now. Giving a big hug to Stanley Morgan and J.D. Spielman as this one comes to a close. That'll do it from Lincoln and the 2018 version of Nebraska spring football. Been a pleasure to work with Damon Benning and Amir Abdullah. I'm Kevin Kugler saying thanks for watching and thanks to our entire BTN crew. This has been a presentation of the Big Ten Network. Don't forget Big Ten Spring Football Report coming up. Dave Revson and Jerry DiNardo and the conversation that Coach DiNardo had with Coach Frost coming up in the Big Ten Spring Football Report on BTN.